Well, we're going to start 2 minutes late. I know people are still popping on here, but we're going to start as on time as we possibly can. So let's get going.
Can I say one thing, Jason?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Guys, we're a family here at First Light. When you get the chance, if you have his number, I know you don't have to say too much, but just let Willie know that we're thinking about him today, that our hearts are with him and his family. When something like that happens to, our First Light family, we feel it too. We know how, for those of you that lost a loved one, you know how much of a struggle that could be. Let's make sure that Willie knows that we're holding down the fort without him. We're right there for him and his family. If he needs us, we're here for him. Show him love today too.
100%. Yeah.
Awesome. Well said, Brandon. Well said.
So Zach, yeah, let's rock and roll with new peeps updates on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. So awesome. John Fredrickson, we got him joining us out in the squad in Utah. Nephi actually closed down a good loan last night. So Utah's continuing to get some traction out there. Welcome to the team, John. You're in good hands out there, and we're excited to have you. And then Dom, Nephi, he's a district manager as well, correct?
Yeah, he's a manager.
Awesome. So Dom, I have not met Dom yet, but based on GroupMe, I've seen him throwing some deals down, creating some opportunities, making some things happen. So he's also a district manager out there in Utah. So we're also excited to have him. And Justin, I'm going to butcher the name, McKellips. Actually, I think I got it right. Justin McKellips, also seen you throwing down some deals, making some moves out there. Which again, just me being out in Vegas and only having limited activity on GroupMe is always a great sign. So also excited to have you on the team.
Cool. One more.
Charles Archuleta, welcome to the team. We're excited to have all four of you guys. So continue to help grow Utah.
Rock on, Utah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Brandon, I had one announcement that I wanted to throw in here. Look at that.
And there's 3 new videos being published today for the last all hands call. You guys are going to want to reference those. It wouldn't be terrible to use some of these videos in your meeting. Or if someone on your team is highlighted in there, giving either a training or getting some shout outs, use that publicly with your team too. Give recognition. All the chances that you get keeps motivation going.
Love it. There was one other thing that you wanted to announce, right?
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about some communication chains, because I know there's nothing more frustrating when you're in the field or you're trying to get an answer than when you're getting the runaround. So first is proposal requests. So your first call for your proposal is going to be the manager of that proposal team in Utah, Brandon Nakay. So Brandon manages the team that does all your proposal requests. So if something like your proposal isn't being turned around in that 15-minute timeline, you're wondering where it's at, Brandon Nakay needs to be your call, and he'll get on his guys there. So Brandon knows who it's been assigned to, who's been working on it. He monitors the time frame for there. So create a really good relationship with Brandon Nakay, so all of your proposal questions as far as the turnaround time or the product type that you need, Brandon Nakay will be your guy for that. The next one would be like pricing and commissions, right? So if you submit a proposal request and you're getting things that come back, low EPC, and you go to request and you're saying you could take a commission forfeit, you're willing to do that, but then you keep getting low EPC backs. The specific pricing in your area and your commissions that you have, those need to go through your direct manager. And then if they can't have the answer for you, those need to go through Willie. So Willie is going to be the one responsible for making sure that your pricing in each of your areas are right. The proposal guys have no control or authority to change pricing in a particular area. Those types of questions are going to go up towards Willie, and then he can let you know, hey, it's either just because we don't have great pricing there, or he can help look at other competitive bids and adjust pricing between like him and John and Justin. So again, help desk is just if you're having bugs or errors. Those guys got to be your go-to there, and it's all done through email. helpdesk@onestle.com. Take your screenshots and even copy the URL from Rhino. Send that to them. They're going to be the guys that help you with that. Account managers, Nicole and Tammy. The only things we should really be going to them for are to turn in deal docs to make sure docs were signed by the correct person, or to get updates or move deals out of sales rep review and account manager review, which leads into the next one, which would be the service department. So customers' first resource to use would be to submit a service ticket through onestle.com/contact. Now, what this will do is it'll help them troubleshoot on their own first. So if it says having a solar issue right there on the second one, so click on that second one right there, Brian, having a solar issue. What it'll do, it'll start asking them some questions that'll help them troubleshoot the issue on their own to see if it's something they can fix on their own, or maybe just a simple question. It's a series of multiple choice questions. At the end, if they're unable to help the customer troubleshoot there, it'll ask them for contact information and then submit a service ticket, and our customer service department will then reach out to the customer from those tickets. They'll have all the information they need from the customer and all these questions already answered, so they'll be able to get right down to the point. If the customer has submitted a service ticket and for whatever reason the timeline for how quickly that's being responded to gets extended, like if they're not responded to within 24 hours, Gus Lackey would be your main contact there. G Lackey, Lackey at onestle.com. He manages those service tickets and the departments that support them. So understanding who your go-tos are for each issue or problem or question that you have will speed up that communication chain and make it so you're not getting the runaround from a million different people. Refer back to this video on the YouTube channel with highlights so that you can really get these processes down. It will really help speed up and expedite all your deals and issues in the field.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey, since you're on a roll, do you want to take us through the power rankings?
I sure will. So this is power rankings for July 1st through 7th, just this past week. It looks like we have Jesus regaining the top spot there, number 1 on the power rankings this week, Jesus. A tie for second place between Sean Phillips, Daniel Becerra, and Shelby Richards. And then a tie at 5th place with Weston Powell, which is awesome. He's got some installs going in. He's right here sitting next to me at the HQ office, but he puts in work getting deals in there. And then Al Townsell and James Black. Congrats to you guys for being in the top 5 and tied for top 5. And then you can see the rest of the names on there, up through the top 15. But again, it's the clean deals that are going to push your name to the top of these rankings. The more clean deals you sell, the more times you'll be double dipping on points with these customers, and you'll start to see yourself climbing the ranks. Next week we'll start power ranking teams, so we can see which teams are dominating within the company. But congrats to Jesus regaining his top spot. Love seeing your name up there at the top, and interested to see who comes back up next week.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, man. But I just want to wrap this sucker up. I hope you've had fun with this kind of mix-up team play week over week incentive. I thought the prizes were really cool. So let's just recap really quick here, okay? This is all the winning teams and MVPs. But just take a look here, man. This has been really fun. We got a lot of winners. There was a big time MVP from the whole thing. I'm happy to announce. Do you guys have any drum roll, please? The winner of our trigger would be none other than Mr. Scott Sweeney.
Oh, the commissioner.
Oh, that's
in Scott's house.
The commissioner. That's right. Can't say enough about this guy. He was the one-man band. His team kind of fell apart, but he pushed it, and man, he just went out and got it done. Plain and simple. Well, man, so this is a good transition into our MVP training.
Yeah, so just jumping in on this MVP stuff. So with Scott, one of the things that I see, with him particularly and all the MVPs that have come out this week, it's just the consistent action to put themselves into a place where they can see success, where they can actually see results coming in. So excited to hear from Scott today. Without further ado, I just wanted to hit on that. I see all those things in Scott. I'm excited to hear what you have to say today, Scott. I appreciate you jumping on and training us a little bit. So I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Jason. Absolutely. All right. So I'll get right into it, specifically for new people. I think, preparation is a huge thing. We all know the Abraham Lincoln, quote, if I had, 6 hours cut down a tree, I'd spend the first 4 sharpening the axe, that kind of thing. But I really like the second quote quote on here, success is where preparation meets opportunity. So preparing your pitch, your door pitch, and your body language, as well as your appearance, is, I think, extremely important. Other things you can do preparation-wise. Breaking your schedule down, both personal and business-wise, your calls, breaking it down to the hour, the half hour. I think that's it's a huge, huge help in managing the chaotic water flow. Then, mapping out the next day, the night before is huge. The area you're going to, the time you're going to be there, the time you're leaving, and the clothes you're wearing, and, pack your lunch, make sure your things are charged up. And preparation is key to having that good, comfortable feeling out in the doors. The next slide, thank you. Positive mental attitude. I'm a huge, huge believer in this. The only poster I have in my room is a large poster, Martin Luther King Jr., darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I guess the last thing, besides being kind, passionate about what we do and present all times, taking massive action. Preparation's great, but you got to take action, and taking action and following up with customers. I've said before, making the calls you don't want to make first, taking the action with that kind of stuff is key to a good feeling day, successful career. So that is my quick and to the point. Don't forget to remind people of their worth.
Love it.
Awesome, Scott.
Money. Scott, it's money. You know what,
Hey,
guys?
Jason,
Yo.
you're on fire, so I'm gonna let you wrap it up for real. I just
Okay.
want to jump in and just say, this is one of the most powerful phone calls, and I hope everybody on this call, take 3 minutes when the call is over and write down what you remember, and then just focus on one of the things that you remember. There were so many good things dropped. So, anyways, all right, I'll let you wrap it up.
No, that's awesome, man. I appreciate the feedback on it. And so this is the thing that I wanted to close with. And so back to Can't Hurt Me. One of the things that he says in the book, I'm going to read this real quick, and I wanted to close with it. He says, it's so easy to be great nowadays because everybody else is weak. If you have any mental toughness, if you have even a fraction of self-discipline, the ability to not want to do but still do, if you can get through doing things that you hate to do, on the other side of that is greatness. Whatever your interpretation is of that, I think what he's trying to say is that when you're going through life, you just have to realize that when you're putting your time in, whatever that may be, you just have to realize that the fulfillment you're looking for is not something that's mysterious to find. It's literally having the discipline to do the things you know you want to do and that you should be doing. Whatever triggers you need to have to put you in place to realize, like, no. I'm not a half-asser, I'm a full-asser. Like, I actually do this. Whatever you need to do, that is where fulfillment comes from. Usually when people feel that anxious anxiety, it's because you're not doing what you know you want to do or should do, and you make excuses about it, and then you also don't have results, so it just kind of piles on you. So realize, like, just like he's saying, it just takes a fraction of self-discipline, just even a fraction of not wanting to do something and doing it anyway. It's always on the other side of what you don't want to do. So just think about that as you go through your week, your month, your year, your life. Just don't discount yourself. Just do it. One foot in front of the other. Don't organize the pencils. Pick a pencil up and start writing, start moving, start pushing yourself in that direction, and you will feel better. You will get more results. You will get more consistent, and it just helps you overall in life. So appreciate everybody being on the call today. I don't have anything else. Brian, Brandon, John, anything else to go over before we jump off?
I know we had a holiday this past week, and that made us dip a little bit, but let's get right back to it. Take the energy and all the rest that we got from the holiday weekend, all the motivation we got from 4th of July, all the parties you had, and let's go have the biggest week we've had this week.
Roll.
Love it. Thanks, guys.
Hey, guys. All right, take care. Thanks for being on. Scott, appreciate it. Phenomenal training.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys.